Ni thare nganzo di Australia Tibet Council ki nganzo de Little Tibet Tour kabla nganzo ta thandu kundi gunglo gubju she khodyon ki yorwa. Dida nyamdo di chen nganzo Australia la ta chi phedyon gyabjo chokbada pheba jo ngone kundi la ta chi khodyon la chamdi shwe dang ani gundi guje shabete dang kundi la kundi Australia chipju manguna re ani 파게 송주다 미제길 남도인들의 망고난데 좀 딘조 창마당 아주 셈라 샤니 아니 디치긴슬은 담자다 딘데지 아니 오스트레일리아 티베트 카운슬당 뭐에 있는 군딩기다 체험해봐다 덴바다 양탁배기 남도인들 베트남에 요암에 토네도 무티 페미 랑완다 아니 덴도로도 간주 탑주디 무티네 경경치긴슬니 딘데도 간주 군딩을 쉬해 준서 가서 제가 니 간주 단다 딜릴 티베트디 페아우춘스 간주 용의 낭로라 단다 간주 오스트레일리아 베든 잡죠 저거 찌란지 오스트레일리아 티베트 카운슬니 아니 델라 직잡죠 칭엔당 아니 건조 낭로네 별로 평균교 숨세 아니 먼저 디낭로라 doctor the scientist 네요 디낭로라 디네시니 배우셔서니 간주 benachasna 군딘제 디직토레 안디네 아주 CD에 단당주 페미딕주 나로티니다 시접당 지디 속슌다 아니 시디레고 딘잡바체 아니 간주 벽이 벤조강 안디 마인벤 누글링가당 곰바 타상 아니 곰바다 딘조 창말로 치니다 간들 간주기 칼라 레림로디 최다 첩시다 야 릭슝다 창마두스 네 데르치아니 미디어 대냠도치니 그래서 딘데 도치 아니 배야고 좀 손상마 지단기 간주 레림로디 지 부스도고도 제 깔렉하고도 3.2만인가 쇼게 주주 9번 내시니 주주 가사 사니말다 건다 주주 9번스 받고 그래서 한주 숙셉 공발라 쥐대 진실와 딘데지디 이내 건조 지깔레도 가야면도 이내 아니 디 금쟁기 건조라 변변을 겹겨요데 델라 용이 뭐수다 미토니 깨제시 서로도 숙제로지 아니 단두가 간조 가르치에도 간조 딘데도 스파 아니 시접라 간조 건조용의 컨디슈 딘데시 간조원의 가르치에도 쓰니
단대기 내가로 가실 수 있다.
디 빼야고 통등에 계신 보통도 가진스나 지단기 딱 건조 변변을 더 나요 교다 잡조낭이 레디네 대담살라는 거 수티니 용나 변낭로다 단대살라도 해 갖고 요래 아니 돈에 개미베 탐라기 응외니 준도 시에토베도 통도에서 요말 간다 약서도 티기로 하고 디 가래 드리고도 좀 받치니 로거라 딘도 좀 데레 용도 좀 받배나 간조 가서 먹에 소거랍다 시럽 가젤로블링의 친디 시럽 가젤로블링 기타 변일레교 예잘레교 간다 따와 가시에 친교 로 친교 딘조 토디 좀바 콘조 가시에 배나 믹주당 딘데 중스 아니 배나 간조 디 먹에 딜리라 좀디 좀바 다 프로그램 로디 간조 레림디 두스바탐디 군디 자가 열라디 좀 발란서 믹주당 딘데 중스 다 간다 초와 딘데도 콘졸로
I'm Dr. Zoe Bedford, the Executive Officer of the Australia Tibet Council.
What opportunities does this Little Tibet tour provide to the participants to know about the Tibetan culture and their stories?
Yeah, the Little Tibet Tour is an important part of our program at the Australia Tibet Council. It's wonderful to bring Australians here where they can meet people like yourselves and leaders of the Tibetan community, people who are in civil society as well and NGOs, and they can see the resilience that Tibetan people have here in Dharamshala and also, of course, the ongoing resistance to occupation. The only shame is that we can't bring everybody here, and it seems like sometimes, we're trying to just bring 10 people at a time to learn about Tibet. Obviously, we try to do our best all throughout the year to make sure that Australians have the opportunity to learn about Tibet but to engage in campaigns and try to make a change for Tibet in Australia.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Lobb and I'm a retired professor from Australia. The visit has been so broad that we've had an opportunity to see all aspects of the lives of Tibetan people in exile, and we've heard first-hand accounts of people who have fled from Tibet to get an understanding of the oppression that is happening there. We hope to be able to go back to Australia and raise awareness more among Australian people through the Australian Tibet Council. There is great awareness of the situation, but I believe we can do more, having been here and in person and spoken to people and seeing their experiences, that we can go back to Australia and gather more support for the Tibetan people who are in exile and of course to fight for the freedom of people in Tibet. The trip has been organised so well, every day, very, very busy, but each visit has been so educational. And I think if we had to summarise our visit, it would be inspiring to see the spirit of the Tibetan people, their determination, their devotion to the Dalai Lama, their respect and their continuation of their culture. We went to circle dancing and that was just wonderful, such joy. So I think for me, I have in the past been very supportive of the Tibetan cause, but it's given me a much broader understanding, and I'm certainly going to go back committed to spreading the word to support the Australian Tibet Council more in ways that we can and is appropriate, and to support the Tibetan people.
So how was your meeting with His Holiness, and how did you feel?
It was absolutely extraordinary to have this opportunity to meet with him. He was so welcoming, so pleased to see us. He treated every one of us as an individual. There was a great long queue of people, yet when you were with him, it was as if you were the only person in the world. You know, he took my hand, and I have arthritis in my fingers, and he looked at my arthritis, and he was so present. And the people around him facilitated so much for us to get close, to talk. It was an extraordinary blessing to be with him and to just be in his presence. And he was well and energised. And it was just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I feel very blessed.
My name is Roger Butterworth. I'm a former journalist, now retired. I lived in Asia for a number of years. I've been interested in the Tibetan issue, but until I actually joined this group led by the Australia Tibet Council, it's really opened my eyes to the issues facing the Tibetan community in exile, and to the Tibetans, people still living within the country. And as our colleague Liz just said, it's given us great inspiration to when we return to Australia to make every effort to try to educate people and provide more support and recognition for the people of Tibet and their struggle for freedom.
What is your takeaway in this Little Tibet tour?
Well, I suppose the main takeaway is just seeing the energy of the young people like yourselves, the advocacy groups, and the commitment of people at all levels, that the devotion that the Tibetan community in exile show to His Holiness, and and for us also to visiting the Tibetan Museum was a great opportunity to learn a bit more about the history, to put in context the situation that Tibet finds itself in today. And coming here today to visit the Voice of Tibet, it brings to mind the recent book that His Holiness wrote, Voice for the Voiceless, and it's wonderful to come and visit your studio here and to see how hard you're working to continue to give a voice to the people of Tibet.